Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear students, our lesson today is about the relations between the geometrical shapes. ABCD is a parallelogram. That means ABCD is a parallelogram. That means AB equals DC. AB parallel parallel DC. Each two opposite sides are parallel. And AD parallel CB. Each two opposite sides are parallel means AB parallel DC and AD parallel CB. First, use your geometric tools to check that. AB, when we find the length of AB and the length of DC, we find that AB equals DC, and the length of AD, the length of CB are equal in length. Then each two opposite side only each two opposite side are equal in length. From the definition, each two opposite side are parallel, and from the properties, each two opposite side are equal in length. Measure of angle A and measure of angle C, we notice that measure of angle A equal measure of angle C, and the measure of angle B with measure of angle D, we notice that measure of angle B equal measure of angle D. Since then we deduce that each two opposite angles are equal in measure. Each two opposite angles are equal in measure. Number 2. Number 3, the relation between measure of angle B and the measure of angle A. We notice that the sum of measure of angle A and B equals 180, and also B and C equals 180. Then the diagonal. What do you notice about the diagonal? The diagonal, we see that the diagonal AM equals MC and MB equals MD. Then we can deduce this relation or this properties into the following properties. From second, we deduce that the parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which, number 1, each two opposite sides are parallel and equal in length. That is the side. Number 2, each two opposite angles are equal in measure, and the sum of the measure of any two consecutive means consecutive one after the other, or adjacent, consecutive or adjacent angles equals 180. The two diagonal, number 3, the two diagonals bisect each other or divide each other into two equal parts. Each of the rectangle, the square, the rhombus, and the parallelogram are parallelogram. Square, rhombus, rectangle from parallelogram. The parallelogram to be rectangle or to be square or to be rhombus. Parallelogram to be rectangle if one of its angle is right. Only one angle is right. The three angles also becomes right. To be square if its angles is right, one of its angle is right, and the two adjacent sides are equal in length. To be rhombus if two adjacent sides are equal in length, or the diagonal perpendicular. The two diagonal perpendicular. That is the reasons make parallelogram converted into rectangle, converted into square, converted into rhombus. Example number 1. The opposite figure ABCD is a trapezium. In which measure of angle B equals 90 degree, and AD 7, AB 4, BC 10, DC 5. Locate the point X on PC like this, So for the figure A B X D is a rectangle. From properties of rectangle, then the measure of angle X equal 90 degree, measure of angle D equals 90 degree, and the measure of angle A equals 90 degree. Each two opposite sides are equal in length, then XB equals 7 centimeter. The length of CB equals 10, cancel 7, then the length of CX equals 3 centimeter, and AB opposite to DX, then DX equals 4 centimeter. That is from properties of rectangle. He said rectangle, that is from properties of rectangle. Then AB equals to AB opposite to DX equals how many centimeter? Equals 4 centimeter. AD opposite to XB, its length equals 7 centimeter. The perimeter of the triangle DXC, this triangle, the perimeter equals the sum of its side lengths, then the side lengths equals 4 plus 5 plus 3 equals 12 centimeter. That's the perimeter of the triangle XCBD or DXC. Example number 1. In the opposite figure, this parallelogram, measure of angle A equals 53 degree, measure of angle DBC equals 45, and AM equals 6, AB equals 5, and CB equals 8. Calculate without using measuring tools. From properties of parallelograms, that's parallelogram, each two opposite sides are equals, then the side AB equals DC equals 5 centimeter, the CB equals AD equals 8 centimeter, the two diagonal bisect each other, then MA equals MC equals 6 centimeter also. The angle, each two opposite angles are equal measure. Angle A opposite to angle C, then measure of angle C equals 53 degree also. Then he want to find measure of angle ABD, this angle, and also he want to find measure of angle D, and the length of AC, and this. We can find the measure of angle C, the measure of angle D firstly, measure of angle D from properties of parallelogram ABCD. Then the sum of two consecutive or adjacent angle equals 180. Then measure of angle D plus measure of angle A equals 180. A plus D equals 180. Then we can find measure of angle D. All angle D equals 180 minus 53 equals 10 minus 3 equals 7. 7 minus 5 equals 2 and 1. Then 127. Angle D, all angle D 127. Then from properties of parallelogram also, the angle ABD alternate with angle BDC, this angle BDC, and also angle DBC alternate with angle ADB. Then measure of angle ADB equals 45. Then all measure of angle D equals 127. Subtract, then measure of angle angle ABD or angle CDB, angle CDB. measure of angle CDB equals 127 angle D minus 45. Minus 45. 45. This angle is 45. 45. Then the measure equals 7 minus 5, 2. 12 minus 4 equals 8. 82 degree. 82 degree. This angles equals 82 degree. 82 degree. 82 degree. Then we can also find the length of AC. AC equals the diagonal. AC equals the diagonal. The diagonal equals AM plus MC, or 2 times MC equals 6. 6 times 2 equals 12 centimeter. 12 centimeter. Then after that, and also from properties of parallelogram, AD equals the opposite side, the opposite of AD equals CB equals 8 centimeter, and also DC, the opposite of DC equals AB equals 5 centimeter. 5 centimeter. Complete number A. The 4 sides are equal in length in each of square and rhombus. Square and rhombus. The 2 diagonal are equal in length in square and rectangle. Number C. The 2 diagonals are perpendicular, square and rhombus. The 4 angles are right, square. We notice that square in all questions. Square and rectangle. Square and rectangle. Number E. The 2 opposite angles are equal in length, are equal in each 2 opposite angles. Square, rectangle, rhombus and parallelogram. The 2 diagonal bisect each other. Square, rhombus, rectangle and parallelogram also. The sum of measure of 2 consecutive angles equals 180. All figures square, rectangle, rhombus and parallelogram. In the opposite figure, ABCD is a parallelogram which AB9, BC6 determine 2 points X and on side AB, X on side AB, X here, X point X, where or such that XA or AX equals BC, AX equals BC. 4.5, this is 9, 4.5 centimeter and 4.5 centimeter. And determine point Y on the side DC, the opposite of AB, such that DY also DY equals B, D side DC side DC, such that B dy equals YC not BC, YC equals YC, as you see. Complete the following. The figure AXYD AXY D, this figure AXY D represented, this figure represented parallelogram also, parallelogram, because each two opposite sides are equal or parallel, because AX equals 4.5 and DY equals 4.5 and AD equals XY. Each two opposite sides are equals. Each two opposite sides are equal. We can write AX equals DY and YX equals AD. Number 2, the figure ABCY, ABCY, this figure ABCY, this figure represented a trapezium, because two opposite sides are parallel only and not equal. YC parallel AB, YC parallel AB. The figure XBCY, this figure XBCY, this figure represented parallelogram only, also parallelogram, because each two opposite sides are parallel. Then XB parallel YC and YC and YX parallel CB. The opposite is CB, parallel CB. The type of the triangle AXY, AXY, this triangle AXY, the type according to its side, it's scalene triangle, because the three sides are different. AX not equal, XY not equal AY. The three sides are different in length or not. Number 3, in the opposite figure shown a parallelogram in which this parallelogram ABCD find measure of angle D, measure of angle BAC and measure of angle ACD. From properties of parallelogram, from number 1, from properties of parallelogram ABCD, each two opposite angles are equal measure. Then measure of angle D equals measure of angle P equals 110 degree, and also measure of angle A adjacent with angle B, and the measure of angle B plus measure of angle B, the sum of the two adjacent angles equals 180. Then we can find measure of angle A. All measure of angle A equals 180 minus 110, 180 minus 110 equals 70 degree, Measure of angle A divided into two angles, angle 30 and angle BAD. Then measure of angle BAC, equals 70 minus 30 equals 40 degree. This angle equals 40 degree and this angle equals 110. Then he want to find angle D and angle BAC. We find measure BAC equals 40 and the measure of angle ACD. ACD, this angle ACD. From properties of parallelogram, this angle alternate with angle PAC, or from the sum of measure, or from we can solve this or find this angle by two ways. The first way, measure of angle PAC equals measure of angle ACD. The two angles are equal by alternate equals 40 degree. Another way, in triangle ADC, measure of angle DCA equals the sum, or 180 minus the sum of the two angles. The sum of the two angles equal 140 degree. 140 degree then equals 40 degree also. This is how to find this angle by two ways. The first way from alternate, and the second way from the sum of the interior angle of the triangle. That is the end of our lesson. Thank you.